Kondracke, thank you for writing the book. Jack Kemp has been a personal hero of mine for since I became a Republican back in high school. I didn't know it was did not realize that it was not very popular for a black person to be Republican, and so I was looking for people who I could look up to in the party, and Jack Kemp was one of those persons. And so my question to you is, can you talk some more about some of his personal experiences that shaped his, well, I would say, a conservative heart? Arthur Brooks talks about having a conservative heart and says, I'm a conservative because I care about the poor. And I think that's a wonderful statement. I think it's a true statement. And so is there something that you can talk about that dives back into his personal story that really was not just talking about the economy or the economic effects that could help uplift people or have a right to rise, but there has to be some type of a personal connection, a genuine concern and compassion for people of color in the community? And did he face any type of challenges within I'm a Republican, in the party, in his leadership rank, in trying to push and move our party in that direction, which I think we're still trying to push that way as well?
Yeah. Well, actually, his grandmother, known as Grandma Sunshine, grew up in the Dakota Territories before statehood. And she always talked in their house about how it was their duty to help poor Indians. And this was in the climate of the home that he grew up in. And there was his father was a Republican. He ran he was an entrepreneur who almost went bust in the Depression, but created a trucking company and hired on an equal opportunity basis and treated the workers like family and all of that. And Kemp, when he worked there on summers and stuff like that, would have to have lunch with not with his dad and his dad's brother who ran the company, but with the workers. But I think football had a lot to do with it. I mean, he as I said, he's got to have a line that protects him, right? And whether the guards and tackles are black or white does not make any difference to him. All he wants to do is survive, right? So he then encounters discrimination, and he's deeply offended by it. And as I mentioned, what kinds of action he took. In 1965, the All-Star game of the AFL was supposed to be played in New Orleans, and the black players were not allowed to go to lots of restaurants. They had to go in blacks-only taxi cabs, and they decided to boycott New Orleans, and they wouldn't play. And Kemp was the president of the American Football League Players Association. He was a pro-union Republican, by the way, and he joined the boycott, and it was moved to Houston, which by that time had been integrated. So it just went on and on and on, and one thing led to another. I mean, he had black friends. He had, It's interesting, when the Rodney King riots happened in 1992, he was going to go out there, and Maxine Waters, the radical left Democrat from Watts, called him up, and Kemp held the phone away because she was screaming at him that he was a racist, that he was, and it was profane, and that the F word, F-bombing him, and stuff like that, and said, "You come to Watts, and you will be picketed." So Kemp calls his friend Jim Brown, and his other friend John Mackey, who had been the president of the NFL Players Association, and Jim Brown worked with gangs, and he actually got the Crips and the Bloods to put down their arms and serve as Jack Kemp's escort party, and the picketers, Maxine's picketers, never showed up. So I mean, there's just story after story after story about it. He just had it in his heart, you know. It's in the book. It's in the book. So, yeah, I know nothing. No, actually, I wrote a book. I wrote the first draft that, if it came out in the book, would be 560 pages long. So a lot of what I know is not in the book, but all those stories are.
Hi guys, thanks for watching this Politics and Prose Events Essential. We are a bookstore, so if you're interested in checking out the books featured in this video, click here to buy it from our website. If you want to watch more highlights from our other spectacular events, click here. To watch the full version of this author's talk, click here. Or to stay up to date on all of our events, follow our social media accounts by clicking these guys down here. And don't forget to check out our whole channel and subscribe to our other videos. Do that by clicking on the Politics and Prose logo up here in this corner. Right here. Click. Thank you. So nice. So nice. You guys are the greatest. So great.